Hey everyone, welcome back to Objective Reviews. Now as you may have already guessed, today we are going to be unboxing and checking out the Google Pixel. So let's get started. Now the unboxing experience with the Google Pixel was a lot better in contrast to the iPhone 7, which was an absolute letdown. Now Google has taken a lot of effort to make this really exciting for people who buy these devices, and talking about it, let's quickly go over the pricing while I unbox it on your screen. So the Pixel 32GB is going to cost 57,000 rupees in India, while the 128GB is going to cost 66,000. Now similarly, the Google Pixel XL for 32GB is going to cost 67,000 and the 128GB variant for 76,000. The Google Pixel uses a USB-C port for charging and data connections, and Google was kind enough to include a USB-C to C as well as a C to A cable in the box, as well as a adapter that goes from C to A female. Now the little packet that says let's go on to top, which is what actually includes the SIM removal tool, so that is what you're going to be needing, and it's in there. So anyways, let's remove the wrapping from the phone and check out the phone itself.
What can I say? Excite, insight with the game type. Dip, stop, dip, stop, dip, stop, dip, stop, dip, stop, dip, stop.
What can I say?
Dip, stop, dip, stop, dip, stop, dip.
We've already seen the dual-tone back panel on the 6P, and it makes a gracious comeback on the Pixel. Although the top black panel is not as polished as what we would expect from Google, it looks plasticky and it just doesn't look all that great, but the contrast that it creates with the otherwise metallic finish towards the bottom looks really great. Now the only thing that looks really off place here is that touch sensor. The setup process on the Pixel was one of the best I've experienced, not only on any Android device but including iOS as well. Apple has really messed up and made the setup process very long when you buy a new device, but Google makes it really simple and really straightforward, so you can get out and start using your device within a minute. Now the only part in this process that took the longest was after it connected to my Wi-Fi network and it sat there for a minute checking for updates. That was really not necessary in my opinion, and I really don't know why Google does it at this point. They could have just done this in the background once the user has finished setting up their device. Now as you could tell, the animation from after setup to the home screen was really beautiful, and it goes into this live wallpaper that is on your screen, which actually tells you the time of the day. Now as the day progresses, the dark blue lines are going to go towards the bottom, and I'm guessing it's going to turn to a sunset color once it's time for sunset in your region. So that is a very good touch. Although that is not my favorite live wallpaper that Google has included in this one. My favorite one is what I'm going to show you on the screen right now. I'm just going to set it up, and it's really gorgeous. It's actually a clock that tells you the time of the day, and it really looks very interesting when you have it on your screen. Google has also included some very beautiful landscape photos to use as your wallpapers, so if you're into that, do go and check out that section. It is absolutely worth it. Now the Google Pixel is one of the first Android phones that supports this new thing called moves. Now these are gestures that you can turn on or off, and these are quite interesting. The first one is you can use the finger touch sensor on the back to toggle the notifications area and slide it all the way down to show you the toggles. Now the second one is for the camera. You can just simply double tap on the power button quickly and it'll open up the camera. Talking about the camera on this phone, I'm going to be doing a separate video comparing the footage and photos from the Google Pixel and comparing them to the footage and photos from the iPhone 7. But if I had to give you my initial impressions about the camera on the Pixel, well, I have two things to say. Number one, The photos that come out of this are absolutely sharp. Now I'm yet to determine if Google does this in software or if the camera is really that good. And number 2 is the dynamic range. Now as you can see on your screen right now, the dynamic range between the yellows and the whites and my monitor's colors are absolutely beautiful, and it's very wide, so I can't wait to take some landscapes with this phone. The front camera on the Pixel is equally sharp and equally good, and you cannot even compare to the front camera on the iPhone. If you absolutely had to compare, well, the Google Pixel shoots some good amount of pickles and the iPhone 7's front camera shoots potato. Going back to moves, like I was saying, the last move is double twist your wrist to change between the front and the back cameras. Now this is very convenient if you're on the go and need to quickly switch the camera you're using. So, good one. So let's do a quick recap of the external hardware. Well, like I've already told you, it has 2 speakers at the bottom and the Pixel uses a USB-C port for charging and data. On the left hand side you have the SIM tray, and on the right hand side of the device you have the power button and then the volume rocker. Now these buttons are quite tactile, so no worries about that. So you have your dual tone flash, your camera, some ambient light sensors, and finally the fingerprint sensor. So quick comparison between the Pixel and the iPhone 7, we can clearly see that Google has added a lot of love to the device to make it look more symmetrical. Well, if you liked the review, hit the like button. If you disliked it, you know what to do. If you're new around here and would like to check out the camera comparison, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you next time. And hey, don't forget, a big thanks to my friend Anuj for giving me his device for testing and review. So go follow him. I'll mention his Twitter profile down in the description. So do check him out. Cheers.